Alright, we're going to move forward here, and we're going to fight these guys here. This is the first ninja character we've run across so far, to my knowledge, anyways. I am not able to recruit bosses. Even if I wanted to, I would not be able to. They basically give you a little X, indicating not only is it 0%, but we're not going to actually let you even try. You know, like you can't cheat the system to, unless you really Game Sharked it, I guess. Or Game Genied, or however you want to refer to cheating software. You know. But, I don't know. Punch. I love the names in these games, like not just this game, but a lot of like fantasy games. They always come up with these odd names that you generally do not see anywhere else. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that have, you know, names that are sort of like this, like Auric, for instance. I mean, there's a guy, famous vacuum cleaner guy named Auric Vacuum. But I don't think that was his first name. I think it was his last name. Okay? And like Denim, I'm sure there are Denims out there and Cashuas, you know. But like you're not gonna, like these names are intentionally made to, you know, so that like nobody else has them. You're not gonna name your kid. I mean, maybe you do name your kid Voltaire, but Voltaire is more, again, like I said, it's the famous Voltaire is the one. I believe that was his last name, unless I'm mistaken. So, I don't know. They're old-timey names that are sort of out of fashion. And I hope to God nobody names their kids any variation of these spellings or names. But ultimately, I suppose there are worse things out there. I mean, I listen to a lot of college football podcasts, but I don't, not a lot. I listen to one or two. And one of the podcasts I listen to, they talk about these weird ass college football names, you know, most of which people probably won't know much more about these kids other than they have a weird name because, you know, how many college football players do you know in any given year? Unless they're related directly to one of the, you know, an NFL or college great, you know? Like, example would be, not Peyton, and not Eli, and not Archie, but their nephew/grandson is playing quarterback at Texas, okay? And so he's Eli and Peyton's older brother's kid. So if you eliminate that sort of situation where they have a familiar reference to someone well known as a college football star or as a more or less an NFL star, you're unlikely. Oh, Jesus. All right, I'm going to rewind this a little bit here. I kind of want Cashua to get the experience from this level because I'm going to be running into a harder level after this. And I kind of need her at the max level. So we may be playing around with this a little bit. But to get to the point of my story, there's always these weird names that you'll hear that parents name their kid. And I can't think of one off the top of my head, you know, but Key and Peele made fun of it, like Exvarius Devarius, you know. God dang it. Stop it. Alright, we're going to rewind one more time, and this time we're going to make sure Mr. Ninja dead. We're going to make sure he stay dead. We're going to go back just a little bit farther than that, even, so that we can all just fucking focus our ass down on him. That's what we're going to do. Watch. See, check us out. Check it out. Move here. Use Dark Weight. Drop 172 damage on his ass. Okay, great. Then my Berserker, who's literally standing right next to him, is going to go. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm going to do 144 more damage. Great. And now I'm going to use you to finish off. Like this.
My struggle ends too soon. Glory to Galgastan.
Glory. A lot of bloodshed. A lot of unnecessary bloodshed in this fucking game. People, you know, just being like high on the smell of their own farts. Us Galgastanis have the best smelly farts. Unlike you disgusting Wallisters and your pig-smelling farts. Ba-dum. Hooray! Arcel and Kashua get the cap. Getting closer. Getting closer to a finishing move. Alright, we're gonna go to Terra Martil. But we need to maybe go back and restock a little bit. So let me do that first, and then we'll go after Tanamon Hill next. Alright, I'm going to go here. As you can see, it's sort of the end of this path, and there's a reason for that. And yeah, gonna win with the knight in battle, and you also notice that I do not have the ability to scout this particular map. There's a good reason for that as well, which we'll find out in just a second. But I need to make sure that my knight, which is right there in the front, stays in this battle, just so we get some bonus experience points or something nice like that. This mission, unfortunately, will depend on whether or not... Well, you probably won't know this if I fuck this up, but basically, if Parasol goes north instead of south, i.e. away from my team instead of towards my team, I'm going to have to restart. And if she comes back towards my party, i.e. towards safety, then I won't have to restart because she's not running headlong into death.
There's no one here. Strange. Perhaps they've already joined the others in the sons you wield.
Great question. Oh, look who it is.
What? Impossible.
Good to see you again, Denham. And looking so well. I worried some second-rate headhunter had done.
What are you doing here? The Holy Knight Lancelot.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Vice.
What business have you here?
And I thought you dead, Ericel. Guess we were both wrong.
I don't think everybody else is dead.
Lord Leonard's orders and chased down Denham. But, oh, so that's the way of it. Turned traitor, have you?
Have you?
Fool woman, you choose the losing side.
I choose no side until I have judged for myself who the traitors among us truly are.
What are you doing here, Vice? Where's Lancelot?
All these years, and still you surprise me. I did not think false whispers would lure you so easily.
Oh, he lied.
Your Zenobian's not here. No doubt he's in Rhyme by now, deep in his cups. Sorry you won't be joining, but you die here. Duke's orders. None with eyes at Balma Musa are to live.
What?
You too, Erisel. If the truth were to get out, it would mean no end of trouble.
You were at Balma Musa, Vice?
Aye, that I was. With your beloved Leonard, no less. So wait. You knew nothing of what was planned? Not a word?
So Leonard did not tell her what's going on.
No. Leonard must be mad. Only a lunatic would pay such price for victory.
Agreed.
Pity you learn the truth, girl. There'll be no reconciling with Leonard now. You're not one to look the other way.
Certainly is not.
Kill them all. Spare no one.
So the most dangerous enemy on this field is in fact Vice. He is, I believe he's listed as an assassin. But he has the ninja class set right now, which allows him to dual wield weapons, which is not great. But if he is a true ninja, he should be kind of squishy as well, so just have to watch out, because if he gets close, he's going to try to do he will dual wield some form of one-handed weapon, whether that be, I have to look at him, which I'm not going to do, but he's going to be wielding some variation of one-handed katanas or one-handed short swords, or perhaps even daggers. I don't know. We'll have to see. And turn. So up there in the top corner, enemy style, is in fact our first incursion with a dragoon. Dragoons are good against monsters, but they are not particularly good against human enemies, which is what my team mainly consists of. I do plan to actually get and keep some monster enemies, but I am not interested in octopuses, and I am not interested in cyclopses, though dragons. Yeah, how do I do this? Dragons are okay. Not interested in golems. This doesn't have anything to do with whether or not they're good in the game. They're probably all good, but I'm not interested in those monster types. Fairies are okay. Birdmen are okay, though they are more human than animal. And what else? Griffins are okay. I'm not interested in cockatrices though. Yeah, that's about it. Dragons and griffins. And then, as we talked about in an earlier episode, there's a difference between beast enemies and like devil enemies. So, like for instance, the thing that kind of looked like a goblin or an orc is like a demon type monster, and so it doesn't count as a beast, so you cannot recruit it as a beast master. You have to use like a witch or a lich to get it, or a necromancer, whatever it's called. Pray, heal. I collected the wrong person. That's okay. Doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter insofar as if I had just told Donalto to stand still, his turn would be more sooner than me using a bit of magic. So I will be focusing down on getting rid of the dragon, Cyclops, and then we can work on picking off the other characters. Most notably Vice, who is the obvious target in this mission, but he is going to be very dangerous, so we're going to try to not leave squishy units near him. Hopefully leave Denim or someone with higher defense around. for, you know, they don't get one-hitted. I want you to die. Not so much. I don't mind that you can't one-shot these guys. I mean, this is a tactical type game, but like, I don't know. I wish there was like, oh yeah, don't leave your mage next to this, you know, next to this knight who's gonna one-shot him. But or like, for instance, a more hardy unit like a knight takes longer to take down because it's more hardy, but it's also worse against magic. So if you're really looking to take down a knight, again, you sort of create a triangle thing where, you know, long-range archers are good against mages, which are good against armored knights, which are good against, you know, the range units, which would be both, which would be both your archers and, because you're not supposed to get in. You're essentially not supposed to get in the range of an archer. That's sort of the point. But at the same time, you shouldn't exactly be able to like pick off heavily defensive units with an archer. You know, it should be your magic, which is sort of should be an in-between range thing, I would say. But that's balance. I mean, I talk about balance occasionally in these episodes, but a lot of times balance in a video game rests on you know, on a needle point. You know, you think that, oh well, you should make, you know, Canopus a little stronger, or you should decrease range attack by a little bit, and then all of a sudden the character goes from being decently useful to unplayable. So I'm going to play around with Denim a little bit more. Right now I have him as a Dark Knight, which I'm not really planning on switching him off the Dark Knight class unless I need him. Unless I want to try to get him to dual wield, which I'm not really interested in because I've got him running two-handed swords. So I'm not planning on switching off two-handed weapons, and so I don't need dual strike, you know, dual wield, dual weapon. And in the same regard, I've noticed that when you power up certain weapons, they get additional bonuses. So for Denim, with the Zweihander he has, or whatever the weapon he's currently running called, he can use it to create not only terror but breach, and inflict two different statuses at once by using Instill Fear ability, which only costs 25 MP. So it's like a really good combo, even though that weapon isn't going to be the strongest two-handed weapon he can wield at this moment. Fuck you.